And that to me is the ultimate freedom that I'm looking for. Something that I can literally step out of at some point and it will continue to run and make money without me. If you're wanting to go into business, there's one thing that you really need to figure out before you do anything else, which is, what do you want to get out of this business? So often we get focused into this mentality of, I want to get money and I want to get as much as I possibly can. But the truth is, if you go into a business with this kind of mentality, you're going to run into issues because you don't know when you've succeeded. This is something that Tony Robbins actually talks about, where he says, if you want to be wealthy, you have to determine first what wealth is to you. If you don't know where your goalpost is, you're not going to know when you get there. So you need to figure out what wealth is for you. For me, wealth is $1 million in the bank for every member of my immediate family. So going off of how many children my husband and I would like to have, my idea of wealth is $6 million in the bank at all times, accruing interest. So make sure that you know where your goalpost is when it comes to starting your business, because that's going to help you figure out when you get there. And then on the other end of this, figuring out what you want for your business, it's really important to know if you want just money or you want freedom of time, because so often people go into business wanting money and freedom of time, but they just pursue the money, when in fact, if you want freedom of time, you need to approach business differently. I always say that if you're looking to go into business, you have basically two different options. You can go the self-employment route, which is where you take a skill that you possess and you have people hire you out for particular skills. I have a family friend who does construction. He goes out and he redoes people's kitchens and bathrooms and builds patios and things like that. And that's fantastic because he has excellent skill. The problem is he's so good at what he does that he literally cannot bring himself out of the business. If he wants money and he wants to continue to make money, he has to continue to work. And that means that he's spending most of his time working to get the money that he's looking for. And from my perspective, this isn't really much better than working a 9-to-5 job, except that you can up the amount you're earning on an hourly basis. So if you're like me and you would rather have freedom of time and then a little extra money would be great, you definitely want to change the way that you're approaching this. So if you're ready to create the ultimate life of freedom for both money and time, make sure to subscribe. You're going to want to focus on setting up systems, and ideally that's going to come in the form of selling some kind of product. Now we'll go a little bit more into products in a later video, but the idea is you have something that you can sell that you don't necessarily need to remake all the time. You just need to set up your advertising, you need to set up your sales funnels, and then you're pretty much good to go. And that to me is the ultimate freedom that I'm looking for. Something that I can literally step out of at some point and it will continue to run and make money without me.